If you still believe AI job losses are years away, you're already behind. Because this year, tens of thousands of people learned the hard way. From Fortune 500 layoffs to governments writing new laws about automation, 2025 became the year AI stopped being a buzzword and started rewriting paychecks. AI, it's not the future, it's happening right now. Hi, I'm Imani, your AI career coach. My mission is to help you rise above the noise, stand out above the rest, and thrive in the AI era. In this AI job report playlist, we track the layoffs, the hires, and the real shifts happening behind the automation headlines. So you never wake up to a career you didn't plan for. Today is November 12th, 2025, and this first episode is looking back at the AI crisis of 2025, the companies, policies, and people who defined this turning point. According to Challenger Gray and Christmas, a Chicago based outplacement firm that tracks corporate cuts, employers announced about 1.2 million job eliminations so far this year. More than 120,000 were explicitly tied to automation or AI. The October report alone listed 153,074 cuts nationwide, and 31,039 of those used artificial intelligence as the reason. That shift from vague restructuring to clear automation is what makes 2025 historic. Reuters reported in late October that Amazon plans to trim up to 30,000 corporate roles across operations and HR as AI tools replace repetitive administrative tasks. CEO Andy Jassy wrote in an internal memo that the increased use of AI systems will streamline our support functions and enable leaner teams. When the world's second largest employer links job cuts directly to AI, that's not a signal, it's confirmation. The ripple hit Europe, too. In May, the British telecom giant BT announced plans to cut 55,000 jobs by 2030, with roughly 10,000 explicitly to be replaced by AI and network automation software by the end of this decade, according to the BBC. It was the largest corporate cut in UK history. Analysts said the move signaled how AI is no longer confined to tech companies. It's remaking legacy industries too. In India, Reuters covered Tata Consultancy Services, Asia's largest IT outsourcer, announcing 12,000 layoffs in August, its biggest in 5 decades. Executives blamed skill misalignment, but industry watchers told the Times of India it was really clients demanding AI-based efficiency instead of manual QA and testing. The outsourcing boom of the 2000s is being rewritten as the AI automation boom of the 2020s. And the United States government finally acknowledged it. On November 5th, Senators Josh Hawley and Mark Warner introduced the AI-related Job Impacts Clarity Act, requiring companies with more than 500 employees to report AI-driven layoffs to the Department of Labor. The proposal made front-page news in HR Dive and Bloomberg Law. That bill alone marks the moment automation became a matter of public record. Meanwhile, IBM continued its multi-year plan to pause hiring for back-office roles. CEO Arvind Krishna told Bloomberg News earlier this year that the company would replace about 7,800 HR and support positions with AI over time. That statement from May was a harbinger, literally opened the floodgates. It legitimized automation as a mainstream cost-cutting strategy. And what followed proved it wasn't just IBM. 2025 has been a global reset in the job market. The tech sector alone shed more than 230,000 jobs worldwide through November, according to Layoffs.fyi. And unlike the pandemic cuts of 2020, these were not temporary furloughs. They were permanent replacements by AI systems, automation platforms, and digital agents. But here's the catch. While jobs were disappearing in some fields, they were quietly appearing in others. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025 projected that artificial intelligence and automation could create 69 million new roles globally by 2027, even as it eliminates 83 million. Net loss, but massive reallocation. So the question is not, will AI take jobs, but which side of the shift are you training for? This year also saw record investment in reskilling. LinkedIn's workforce report for September showed a 41% increase in professionals taking AI and automation courses compared with 2024. Coursera and Udemy both reported their most enrolled class topics were generative AI for business and prompt engineering for beginners. That means workers aren't waiting for employers to train them. They're self-training for survival. At the same time, federal and state governments moved from talk to testing. In June, the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy launched the National AI Talent Surge Pilot to hire 2,000 AI specialists into civil service roles by the end of 2025. Reuters called it the largest AI hiring effort in U.S. government history. So, even as some departments cut clerical staff, others expanded data and AI positions. The message is consistent across reports from McKinsey, Deloitte, and Goldman Sachs. AI is not destroying work itself, it's reclassifying it. McKinsey's mid-2025 study estimated that half of current work activities could be automated by 2030, 5 years earlier than previous forecasts. Goldman Sachs said AI could affect up to 300 million full-time jobs worldwide, but also boost global GDP by 7% in the same period. Disruption and growth are now happening in the same sentence. Industry by industry, the story is completely different. Tech, telecom, and finance saw the deepest cuts. Healthcare and renewable energy added jobs. Education and public sector roles stayed steady. AI is reshaping the map of where skills matter. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means 2026 is the year you stop asking if AI will affect you and start deciding how you'll use it. Start by auditing your own tasks. Write them out and circle the ones that are repetitive or rule-based. That's your automation risk zone. Then look at what's left. The strategic, judgment-heavy, creative, or relational work that AI can assist, but not replace. That's your growth zone. When you update your resume or LinkedIn this month, don't just list skills. Show how you used AI to get results. Maybe you use ChatGPT to streamline a report, or Midjourney to speed a design draft, or Zapier to automate data entry. Those aren't gimmicks. They're signals that you can work with AI as a colleague. In 2025, the job titles themselves started to change. LinkedIn data shows a 450% increase in listings mentioning AI literacy or automation oversight. We saw new titles like AI Workflow Coordinator, Prompt Curator, and Model Auditor. That's your preview of 2026. Meanwhile, wages are diverging. Indeed's summer salary report found that roles requiring AI skills command a 25 to 35% premium over similar non-AI roles. So learning this isn't just protection, it's profit. And don't ignore the psychology. A Pew Research Center survey in October found that 61% of Americans expect AI to cause significant job loss in the next 5 years. Yet only 15% are actively training for AI-related skills. Pause. That gap between fear and action is where career risk lives. Remember, resistance doesn't slow technology, it just makes you harder to hire. As we approach 2026, Here's what the numbers say about 2025. Over 1.2 million US job cuts announced, with roughly 10% attributed to AI. More than 230,000 tech jobs lost globally. Hiring plans down 35% year over year. AI skills are listed in more than 1 in 6 job postings. And a 7% projected GDP boost from AI-driven productivity gains, according to Goldman Sachs. Put together, it means the economy isn't shrinking, it's reallocating. Those who adapt gain, those who wait lose. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, every industrial revolution looked like chaos before it looked like progress. Steam power replaced laborers but built cities. Computers eliminated clerks but created coders. AI is the next iteration, and you can still decide where you fit. So, here's your call to action as we wrap 2025. Pick one thing in your work life you can automate, improve, or analyze using AI this month. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Then share your experience in the comments. Subscribe so you can get weekly real-time AI job reports every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will discuss weekly layoffs, hires and trends in the AI era. This has been your 2025 AI crisis wrap-up. The numbers are real, but so is your ability to adapt. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, the best way to future-proof your career is to build it with the future, not against it.